to today's microbit session. Today we are going to be turning a microbit into a stopwatch. Hello and welcome to today's microbit session. Today we are going to be turning a microbit into a stopwatch. My name is Tony, I'm a developer at Tablet Academy Scotland and I'm very excited to work on this with you. So for today's session you're going to need a battery pack for a microbit, the microbit itself, a piece of paper and a roll of tape. So I am just going to get ready, but to begin off with we are going to be building the watch itself, after which we will program the microbit and we will put the file onto the microbit. See you in a second. Okay, let's get started. So in front of you you should have a piece of paper, a roll of tape and a microbit and battery pack. Now the battery pack will indeed need some AAA batteries. Sorry, let me just put this back on. But once you've got them, we're ready to get started. So what we're going to do is, to make our watch, we're going to fold our paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a temporary fold like that, and I'm going to take my microbit here. Let me just unplug it. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. If I can do it, it can be a little difficult sometimes. There we go. So I'm just going to take this battery pack and move it to the sides. So if you take your microbit and you line it up on the paper, so you're wanting your paper to be just under the size of the microbit. So I folded mine a little big here, so if I just go ahead and I fold it again, thinking like that size might be good enough. Yep, that's perfect, because you want your microbit to hang over a little. So now that you've lined it up, I'm just going to put the microbit to the side. If you then turn it over and ignore the second fold I did, and if you just fold over and line it up, and you're just going to fold it over and over again, flipping as you do until you reach the end of the paper. Give me 1 second. There you go. So you then should end up with a bit of paper just like this. Now the reason we folded it is to give it strength to hold the microbit and battery pack. So now that we've got this, I am going to take my tape here and I'm just going to tear a little strip off, and I am going to roll it up just like that. I'm then going to just stick it straight in the middle, and I'm going to chuck my battery pack bottom side facing up like that. And now what I need to do is I need to attach my battery pack. So what you should do is you should take your battery pack, and if you haven't already, plug it in. So I'm just going to plug this in. I do apologise. There we go. you'll hear a little click. So I've got mine in, I'm going to stretch it as far as I can, and you'll see that it sits there perfectly. But there's a little bit hanging off. So what to do is if you flip it around and you fold it up and again until these bits are joining, you should be able to slide your hand in and out, just size it to need. So normally what I'll do is I'll just take my hands, I'll slide this round just until it's a nice fit, and then I'll loosen it a little so I can still get my hand in and out. Oh, can't yet. Maybe there. Yeah, there we go. So that's the perfect size for my hands. So if I then just hold this here, I'm going to take my battery pack and I'm going to hold it there. And now I left a little bit of the tape free, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to wrap it round. Just like this. And this will hold it nicely attached. So I like to just do a few little rolls to make sure it's nice and safe, and then you just rip it off and attach it. Now you'll notice that now that my battery pack's on, my microbit is no longer in the center, so I'm just going to undo that and make sure that I get it nice and straight, and with holding it underneath I'm just going to push down, and then I will stick my microbit on, and now I have a watch. So what you can also do is if I just take this off and I sit it down, is you can fold this down like that and you can draw a little pattern on it if you like. Now I'm not going to do that today, but you can if you have time in your classroom. So let me just once again stick this back on. Remember, button side up. And there we go. So sorry, do apologise for that. That is us got our watch made. Now I'm going to give you about 15 minutes to do this in your own classroom, and I will see you then. welcome back. Now hopefully you'll have your watch built and ready just like mine. Now it is time to program it. So what we're going to do is we are going to go to makecode.microbit.org. Then we will click new project. We're going to give it a name, so I'm going to call mine stopwatch v2. And I'm going to click create. So to begin with, we want to delete the OnStar and the forever, and we are going to want to insert 2 of these on button A pressed. Now we want to change one of these A's to a B, and now that we have that, we are going to be making code like this. So what's going to happen is on button press A, it's going to set this variable that we have set up, time, to the running time of the microbit. And then on the button pressed B, we are going to set start to running time, minus time, and show number of running time divided by 1000. And that will be our elapsed seconds for our stopwatch. So let me just go and grab a set. So we need to first of all make a variable. So I'm going to make a variable, I'm going to call it time. And click OK. Now we have this set time to 0. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to drag this in. And then we're going to go to input here. And we're going to click this little more. Then we will have running time MS. I'm just going to drag this in here like that. I'm moving this over. And then as you can see, we now have the button A completely finished. So now to do button B, we once again need to grab a variable. We need to set this, and we're going to change it to, oh, I just realised I had made a mistake in my previous code. So it should be set time to running time minus time. So let me just go ahead. So we're going to need a math, and we're going to grab one of these and drag that in. We're going to change that to minus. Then we will go to input more and grab running time again. And then we're going to go to variables and we're going to grab our time variable and put it in there, just like that. Now we have the first half of our code done. Then we need to grab the basics. So we're going to grab a show number, and we are going to divide it by 1000. So that means we need to jump back down to maths. We need to grab this one here, and we are going to put, oh, my apologies, I clicked the wrong button. We are going to grab variable, and we're going to drag time, not like that. We're going to put it in there, and then put this back up. Ah, not time. Sorry, I do apologise for that. We're going to want to grab input more running time. There we go. And we want to insert it in there. Put this up here, and we're going to change this one to 1000. So now we have all our code ready for our microbit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this download button. Now what you can do is you can click pair now, and it will find the microbit on your device. Unfortunately, this doesn't work on my device. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on over to Finder, and I'm going to find my hex that I just downloaded. Then I'm going to grab my microbit, as you can see on screen, and I am just going to, apologies, find the wire for it. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, so I have managed to find the microbit wire. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to plug it in. Then on screen, you'll see that microbit now appears as a location. So I'm just going to grab my hex file and I'm going to drag it into the microbit, and as you'll see, I don't know if you can pick it up, but there's an orange light. that means that the file is transferring to the microbit. So if I just put that down, and in a quick second you'll hear that noise, and that means that the microbit is ready to be used. So if I just unplug that, and now if I flip on my microbit, see if I press A, nothing will happen, but when I press B, it will show my time. So this has now been running for 4 seconds. Now I don't know if you can see that clearly enough, but if I just press B, you'll see that the numbers flash across the screen with the decimal point. Great, so we now have built a stopwatch, which is fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you go ahead and build that. So I'll give you 15 minutes to write your code and put it onto the microbit. I'll see you then. Welcome back. I hope you all managed to code your microbit in the last 15 minutes. That is us done. So today we have been able to build a watch, program a microbit, and create a stopwatch. Now make sure to join us tomorrow where we will be creating a step counter using the microbits. Today's session has been great and I appreciate all of you who came along today, and I will see you in the next session. Bye!